My name is Salaar Sharif and ID number 201401097. The following video has been created in order to demonstrate a system implementation. This video will discuss the basic steps that were taken in order to create an e-commerce system using an e-commerce software product called Drupal. Drupal is a free open source software that can be used by individuals or group of users, even those lacking technical skills. To easily create and manage many types of websites, the application includes a content management platform and a development of a certain type of framework. Now, I will talk to you for a few minutes regarding the steps that were taken to eventually build up the e-commerce system. But what is an e-commerce website? What does e-commerce mean? In the most basic terms, e-commerce means the commercial transactions conducted electronically through the internet, which means the user or the customer does not have to have a face-to-face conversation with the seller. The customer can electronically just buy anything he wishes to buy online. First of all, I had to commit a little bit of research to look for the correct and user-friendly product that I can work on. So I ended up finding Drupal version 7.34 as it was best suited for the situation. I had obtained the installation guide from the official Drupal website, as it had shown me most of the steps taken in the installation part, which will come later on in this video. Other steps were taken from outside sources such as youtube.com and other forum websites. Before Drupal could be successfully installed into the system had to meet a certain set of hardware requirements. And according to the Drupal's official website, the minimum amount of requirements required by the systems were as follows. The server had to obtain a 2 GHz of dual-core processor. The architecture and operating system was supposed to be running on a 64-bit processor. The memory RAM required was of minimum 4 GB. The hard drive had to be a minimum of 120 GB. Drupal cannot be installed onto the system directly. Drupal requires a certain type of platform that Drupal is installed on. In this situation, I have chosen WebMatrix 3.0 as my platform to install Drupal on. WebMatrix was initially released to support a large number of open source content management systems and to provide a lightweight web development application for PHP and new simplified ASP.NET web pages. So far, we have discussed what Drupal is and what WebMatrix is. And we've also seen what they can do in words. But now it is time to look at it in a practical way and see how Drupal is actually installed into the system and what steps are taken in the process of installing Drupal. Well, you see, it all starts with a simple touch of a button, which opens up WebMatrix, and once it's opened up, you'll find yourself with 3 options. The first option says My Sites, which contains all your previous sites. If you have created, you'll find all of those in there. The second option says New. New would allow the user to create another website with default templates pre-installed inside WebMatrix. And the third option is Open, which allows the user to open up a certain type of software. For example, in our case, open up Drupal, which contains modules and plugins pre-installed when it was downloaded from the official website. See, once you've opened, you need to locate the downloaded folder by the name of Drupal. In our case, it's 7.34. And Web Matrix will automatically detect the PHP, which is already pre-located inside the Drupal folder. Once located, it'll automatically start to configure the site by installing in the PHP, as you can see. And once the PHP is installed, you are given full responsibility of creating your website. Now, what you see in front of you is inside your website, where the modules, the scripts, and all the data files are located. Once the Drupal folder has been extracted, all these details are moved into Web Matrix. From Web Matrix, you can create your own SQL. Like in this case, we're using MySQL database, which is used to store details of every users added or products made, and every small details are stored into this database. You can give the database a name. For example, I will give it Drupal 7.34 and give it a good password just to test out the system, and this would create the database. Now, once the database is created, you are free to run the website. So you just click on run, hit Internet Explorer, and there. Now in this page, the user is allowed to install the profile of the website, and you are offered two choices: standard installation or minimum installation. So after that, just save and continue. Moving on, we have to choose a language. So we are just going to choose English, as it is the default built-in language. After that, we have to set up our database, the one we have created earlier, exactly the same thing. You enter the database name, which was Drupal 7.34, and then database username, which is, in this case, it's just going to be root, and simple password. Advanced options, we don't need that, and just save and continue. Now that your database has been configured, the website will automatically start installing the pre-configured modules, which are not many, to be honest, just a few, like 10 modules that are automatically configured at the beginning as a default e-commerce website. At this point, you're going to configure the site information as an administrator. The site name will be, just to test, as this is a dry run, we'll just name it localhost, with the site email address is going to be test@test.com, and the username will be admin, again with the same email address and a simple password. You are also supposed to choose a certain area in which your website is located. As this is a dry run test, I'll just choose anything, like any place in Europe, for example Netherlands, and just hit save and continue after that. Now your website is created. You can click on the link and it will take you to your website, such as this. Now it says here welcome localhost, but after this has been edited and all, we can change the name. All these modules are downloaded as zipped folders, so they all can be extracted and moved to the Drupal folder. And you move to Drupal folder, open sites. There are many folders, open all modules, and here are some of the modules that are installed to run the Drupal website. All the modules that are configured to run as features are stored inside the database, which was created earlier in this video. So the database, the modules are all stored inside the database, including the views and the nodes. Now, a view is basically a module that allows the administrators and site designers to create, manage, and display lists of all the contents. And the node, on the other hand, means all the contents that are stored inside the Drupal website. Now, a node can be one of a number of content types that are stored. A node is any piece of individual content, such as a page, a user, poll article, a forum topic, or a blog entry. Nodes allows the flexibility of the website to stay intact. And whereas the basic modules goes, they are, like I said earlier, they are they act as codes, which are later on processed as code files. Now, once all the modules are moved and extracted into the Drupal folder, we can edit these modules and activate them through the website. As you can see, these are most of the modules that are installed into the Drupal folder. Like previously, you've seen just a few basic modules that were needed to run the website. Here you have all the basic modules, not the basic, all the needed modules, required modules to run this localhost site as an e-commerce website. All these modules enable this website to act as an e-commerce website. And each module requires a certain type of nodes, which is also can be downloaded from the website. Now that we have installed modules into our system, these modules allow us to change certain aspects of the website, such as the appearance. In order to change the appearance of the website, we simply have to click on the Appearance tab from the top of the page, which will take us to the Appearance page. Here you can see a list of themes that are installed onto the system due to modules, which can also be downloaded from the website. Click on Settings and you will notice certain options provided, such as the logo, site name, site slogans. All these options can be enabled and disabled from the Appearance menu. However, here we are going to change the default logo. As you can see, the default logo checkbox has not been checked, as I'm able to use a picture of a plane as my background. You just simply browse and choose the picture you want, and you move down and save configuration. And there you will have a picture of your own choosing, such as this plane. Now, an e-commerce website is meant to be used by people which require accounts. So let's see how can we create accounts. To create an account, we just move to the people option from select the people tab, and you can add a user. And from here you can choose a name for the user to be added. For example, I choose the name Ali, and enter any email address. For instance, let's just add lazyangle@gmail.com, and an email will be sent to the email account if the email is valid. Here I can enter a password, for instance 123123, and just to test the feature. You can check if the password match or not. This is also made available by modules. All these options, the status options, are all made by modules. Now just click the button and an account has been created. Now an email has not been sent since this email was not a real email account. Now, as a user can be created, it can also be deleted. As you can see, I'm going to delete this account known as test. Just check the account, hit edit, and here you see all the details that you've saved. Just simply click on cancel account. It's as simple as that, and you'll be taken to another page on how would you like to remove this account. You can disable the user's account and keep the contents, or delete the user account, make it belongs and not to an anonymous user. Would you require your email confirmation to delete the account? We'll say no and just hit cancel account, and there you have it. The account will be canceled. A product can also be created for a user to purchase, such as an airplane model, and you can enter a short summary explaining the product, and also choose a picture of the product and detail of the product, such as packaging type and the price of the product, including an SKU ID, and then you can just press OK and the product will be saved. Now to place an order, simply go to the products page from the navigation sidebar, which is also activated by modules. Now you have the top products, the available products made for the customer. You can choose any product, for instance, toy airplane, which costs $1. Here you have the basic summary of the product and the picture of the product and the options of doing with the product. We hit buy now, and here we have the option to buy the product, which costs for $1. Just place an order, and there you have it. Now to show the forum feature of this website, we are allowed to enter a comment onto our product. As you can just click on the add new comment button, and then you have two fields activated by modules. And the subject area, you can write, for example, the color of the airplane model. And the comment section of the body, we can comment about the color, as it is a very genuine color. And then just hit save. Now we have 3 comments of the same type. We can delete one of these by hitting delete and confirming our deletion, and the comment will be deleted.